Hi, my name is Chris Brennan, and I'll be speaking at the ESAR Astrology Conference in September of 2014. I'll be giving a workshop at the conference called Using Ancient Astrology in Modern Practice. And the purpose of this workshop is to try to talk about and discuss and demonstrate some of the ways in which some of the older techniques that are being recovered in the past few decades can be used to enrich and make consultations deeper in modern practice. So over the past 20 years, there's been this great revival of older techniques and methodologies from the past 2,000 years of the astrological tradition. And suddenly there's hundreds of new techniques and concepts that are being infused into the astrological community through astrologers translating and reading translations of ancient astrological texts in Greek and Latin and Arabic and Sanskrit. But one of the things that's sometimes unclear, I think, even for traditional astrologers or people who are involved in reading these translations and trying to put the techniques into practice, is how they actually work in a modern consulting setting, and in some instances what to do with them, or what you can actually do with some of these ancient techniques when you're applying them to the lives of clients in the 21st century, as well as some of the challenges that come along with attempting to do something like that. So we're going to talk not just about basic techniques and concepts on the one hand that are core concepts that have been recovered from traditional astrology that can be used in order to enrich one's astrological practice. But we're also going to talk about some timing techniques that can be used in order to time events more precisely in a person's life and with respect to their future. But beyond that, I also want to discuss some deeper and more sort of not problematic, but more complicated conceptual and ethical, as well as philosophical issues related to the practice of traditional astrology in the 21st century. Astrologers are discovering all of these very powerful techniques that can tell you some very interesting and very striking things about a person's life. But sometimes I think astrologers are then met with some questions over, even though you can say certain things or you can see certain things about a person's life through their birth chart using some of these ancient techniques and methodologies, sometimes there's a question of what should you say, or what is it appropriate to say within certain contexts. And since traditional astrology has only been revived very recently, this is a discussion that's still very much very new and still kind of needs to take place in terms of what is appropriate to say within the context of a traditional astrological consultation versus perhaps what is not appropriate to say. And that's a large part of what we're going to discuss during this workshop as well. So we're going to focus on techniques, both basic concepts as well as advanced timing techniques primarily, but we're also going to integrate some of these other broader ethical and philosophical discussions into the workshop. So in the end, it should be a very interesting and I think enlightening day for everybody involved. And I look forward to seeing you there.